I did not see this coming.
San Francisco Giants and the Boston Red Sox have made a massive deal.
Boston Red Sox trading Devers to the Bay Area.
The Red Sox just traded their best player in what people are calling an organizational failure that trumps them all.
So are you saying if they ask you to DH, you won't do it?
No, I played third.
Out of nowhere, face of the franchise, Rafael Devers was traded from the Red Sox to the San Francisco Giants. Many would call this trade a fleecing, as the three-time All-Star was swapped for 6 ERA relief pitcher Jordan Hicks, young stud Kyle Harrison, 2024 first-rounder James Tips III, and A-ball pitcher Jose Bayo. But why did the Red Sox trade their generational talent for a few young prospects? Today, on Play Ball Productions, we will break down the ins and outs of this trade and discuss what led up to the trade, how the trade happened, and the first few weeks after the trade. In 2023, Rafael Devers signed a 10-year, $313.5 million extension with the Red Sox. The Red Sox wanted Devers to be their franchise third baseman. Many thought that this would be the player that they would build around, as he won the 2018 World Series with the team. And this seemed all to be to plan until the 2024-2025 MLB offseason, where the Red Sox signed third baseman Alex Bregman. Bregman had played third base with the Astros, but it was expected that he would move to second base since the Red Sox already had Devers. But in spring training, the Red Sox told Devers that he would have to put up the glove and move to DH, which would put Bregman at third. Devers did not like this, and when asked about it in interviews, he stated that he wouldn't play DH like the team wanted him to. This led to some conflict between him and the team, and that was only the beginning, and ended up being a crucial part of the trade. Devers decided to play DH and went into the season as still one of the game's best players. However, later in the season, first baseman Tristan Casas suffered a season-ending injury, which left the team a hole at first base. The Red Sox asked Devers to play first, in which he quickly declined. He became frustrated with the team due to them breaking a promise that he would play the whole season at DH. He called out the Red Sox front office, saying that they should know how hard it is to switch positions, especially mid-season. This conflict was building up as Devers constantly discussed his displeasure with the team. However, he was still hitting good, and there was a team that could really use some help on the offensive side. The San Francisco Giants have been a major surprise this season. Projected to finish fourth in their division and being put in the bottom third of the league in most power rankings, they were not supposed to be in contention for the playoffs. But the team felt good about their pitching and thought the offense could take a step forward, and that's exactly what happened. The pitching carried the team with the offense looking promising. However, the batting would enter a slump and the team needed to make a move for someone else. The only thing keeping them in games was their pitching, and that wasn't a sustainable way to win games. This made a player like Devers an ideal fit for a team that needed that defining bat in the middle of their lineup. New president of baseball operations, Buster Posey, wasn't afraid to make a big splash, and that made this trade be able to go through. So both needs led up to June 15, 2025, which ended up being Father's Day. The Red Sox swept the Yankees that day, with Devers hitting a home run, bringing his season total up to 15. Up to that point, he was hitting .272 with 15 bombs and 58 RBIs. Most teams would not trade a player that they just locked up for 10 seasons and was going to be one of their best hitters. But this day, the Red Sox did the unthinkable. Rafael Devers was going to fly with the team to Seattle for their next series, but was pulled off the plane abruptly. The Red Sox were ready to move on from Devers and wanted to unload his contract. They were talking with the Giants and wanted the club's top prospect, first baseman Bryce Eldridge. The Giants didn't want to part ways with them, so they decided to take on the entirety of Devers' contract in the trade. The Giants were playing on Sunday Night Baseball the night of this trade, and key piece in the trade, their young pitcher Kyle Harrison was starting. Right before the game, they pulled him out of the bullpen to tell him he was traded. This trade immediately shocked everyone, with most people thinking the Red Sox didn't get enough in return for Devers. Many people wondered why the Red Sox couldn't hold on to Devers until the trade deadline, if they wanted to trade him, when they could have held a bidding war for him. The Red Sox received Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, James Tibbs III, and Jose Bayo. Hicks signed a 4-year deal with the Giants before the 2024 season to be a starting pitcher after he had done well as a bullpen arm. He started off the year well but ran out of gas and finished the year in the bullpen with a 4.10 ERA. He was ready to redeem himself and be a full-time starter in 2025, but he was hit very hard after a few good starts. Opponents hit .288 off the sinker baller. He was getting ground balls like he needed, but it seemed like they were always finding a hole. Kyle Harrison was the main piece of the deal. He was called up for a little bit in 2023 after he was the top left-handed pitching prospect in baseball. He started 24 games with a 4.56 ERA during his 2024 rookie campaign. Everything was in line for him to break out in 2025, but he got sick during spring training, which caused him to lose a spot in the starting rotation and start the year in AAA. He was soon called up, but didn't have much time to settle in. James Tibbs III was the Giants' first-round pick in 2025. The outfielder played at Florida State and had potential to be a very good hitter. The last piece in the deal was single-A pitcher Jose Bayo, who was thrown into the deal as a young prospect. The Giants also took on all of the remaining money of Devers' deal. This gave Boston $200+ million to spend on future players. So, we've talked about what led up to the trade and how it went down. But how has this trade turned out in the first few weeks? Well, for the Red Sox, the trade hasn't really had enough time to blossom, as Jordan Hicks was hurt and the rest of their players are in the minors. It will take time to see if the Red Sox really get nothing back. However, the Giants have had Devers for a little over 2 weeks now, and it has been underwhelming. In 16 games with the Black and Orange, Devers has hit .210 with 2 homers and a negative 0.2 WAR. When he came back over, he announced that he would play wherever the Giants wanted him, and that was DH. But he has been taking some ground balls at first. To add more fuel to the conflict with the Red Sox, he said that he would have played first base if they asked him before the season. Devers was ready to move on and start a new chapter with the Giants, leaving his drama in the past. It will be really interesting to see how Devers plays with the Giants the rest of the season. The team has still been painful to watch on offense, even with the addition of Devers. So far, the trade hasn't been the best for either team. A heated conflict between Devers and the Red Sox front office has fueled the biggest trade this year. The Giants needed a premier power hitter and took advantage. Is there a way the Red Sox can win this trade? Will Devers' slump continue for the rest of the season? Drop your opinion in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. I hope you enjoyed this in-depth breakdown, and don't forget to play ball.